William Smith writes, do you think that Marvel Studios should try and make something other than movies with comic book characters? They are a movie studio after all. They claim to take risks with their properties, but it isn't that big of a risk at all. Even bad superhero movies make over $700 million nowadays. The only risk they have is if the critics dislike these movies, which, let's face it, won't hurt their huge opening weekend numbers. I mean, they are a movie studio. Why don't they try something new that's not a part of the MCU?
Well, first of all, Marvel doesn't take risks. Yeah, everything they do is a huge risk. Everything they do is a huge risk. Not everything just automatically makes $700 million. Makes $700 million for a reason. They make $700 million, $800 million because they have taken risks and built on the success of those things. Then they take more risks, succeed, and then build on those things. So yeah, it's absolutely risky business that they're in. But the other thing is this. To me, that's like asking, and I understand why you're asking, but to me, it's like asking, hey, why doesn't AMC Movie News talk about sneakers? Why don't we talk about the latest line of sneakers coming out? Like, why don't we expand ourselves a little bit and talk about, well, because we're AMC Movie News, because we are part of AMC Theaters. We are a movie company. We are created to talk about movies. That's what we're here for. That's what we specialize in. Not everybody does everything. Marvel Studios, look, if you want to make other movies, that's called Disney. Disney will make the other movies. They bought Marvel and set up Marvel Studios as their arm to specifically make movies about their Marvel properties. That's why they exist. So why don't we make something? Well, Disney does make other films. They just don't put under the Marvel banner. They put under the Lucasfilm banner, or they put under Pixar banner, or they put it under their own banner. That's what they're there for. So it's about specialization and why you exist to do things. Not everybody should do everything. That's just my opinion on it. What do you guys think?
Well, they do take risks again, too, because guess what? Guardians, no one knew what that was. That was a huge risk.
Huge roll of dice.
And not only that, it was a sci-fi space opera. And then Captain America was a thriller, spy thriller. And then you have Ant-Man, which is a heist. They do change up their movies. They do change, but they go with their core characters, and they are also a brand. We talked about it yesterday on the show that they were in trouble at one point. That's why they sold X-Men.
Huge
That's
trouble.
why they sold Spider-Man. Yeah. They had to change their direction of their studio and make sure that what they did was they went in this direction that we know now, the MCU, and it's their brand. It's their direction. You hit it right on the head when you said that Disney has the other banners that they can release stuff. This is Marvel Studios. You go to Marvel Studios to watch the Marvel properties.
Yeah, I agree with you guys on Marvel not doing other stuff, but it seriously annoys me, this notion that they're not taking any risk, especially with Guardians. That whole Guardians thing, like nobody except for John Schnepp was saying that was going to be a huge movie, right? After it comes out, everyone's like, oh yeah, I knew it. I knew Guardians was going to be huge. And it's like, oh no. And everyone's like, oh, it wasn't a risk. Marvel just makes a movie and people are going to go watch it. And that's not true. It costs $70 million to make. These are the same people who won't pay $1 on iTunes for a song are telling a movie studio, oh yeah, no big deal, $150–200 million, just go ahead, it's no risk at all. So I just don't buy that notion at all.
The huge flood of people after Guardians of the Galaxy was a hit saying, oh yeah, we knew it. No, you didn't, because 6 months, 8 months, 9 months before Guardians came out, we were constantly flooded and inundated with Twitter messages, Facebook, no, man, this is going to be Marvel's first bomb. This is going to be Marvel's first bomb. And that's the risk, right? Now everybody's saying the same thing about Ant-Man. And if Ant-Man hits $400 million, then everybody will then change their tune and say, we knew it was going to be a big hit. We knew it was going to be a big, I mean, I just don't know.
Well, the other thing I'd like to take notion with the $700 million, Green Lantern, anybody?
Yeah.
Kick-Ass 2, anybody? So there are a lot of superhero movies that do not hit that. And Marvel, and look, we don't know that. Look, Batman, Superman will probably.
Yes, there's certain ones. There's certain ones. Like, okay, Star Wars we know is going to make a lot of money. Avengers we know is.
We don't know Suicide Squad's going to hit that number.
We don't.
Right. But even those are risks.
Yes.
Because you make that first Star Wars movie, everybody's going to go see an opening weekend. But if you don't execute it right, if you don't roll the dice and do certain things with that movie, and you don't crush it, then sure you'll make some money on this one. But in the long run, now you've hurt your franchise, you've hurt your brand, and it's going to hurt you later. So there's always a lot of risks involved.
And Marvel themselves didn't know Guardians was going to be a big hit.
They had no.
They were confident in it, and they're like, oh, we can make a lot of money. There's no way they were like, oh yeah, this is going to be like the third biggest movie of the year. No.
That was beyond their wildest dreams.
Hey everyone, if you like this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.